Hello Battle Taluses! There is a way to get an infinite amount of, for sure, one of the best materials in Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, bomb flowers. But before that, today we'll discuss some of the best uses, some cool tricks that I think you might not know, and some decent places you can find them. If you don't know me, I'm Nico and I love helping people find and do everything possible in Zelda games. If you need help finding or doing anything in Zelda games, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. Bomb flowers aren't needed to upgrade some gear. I don't believe you need them for any quests, but they are one of the most useful offensive materials. As you may know, they blow things up. They cause extra damage, cause things to catch on fire, and they even have some interesting uses against certain enemies. Normally, when you shoot a Hinox in their eye, they will be stunned for 6 seconds. But if you shoot them in the eye with a bomb arrow, they will get stunned for 10 seconds. When you shoot a Stalnox in their eye, they'll get stunned and sit. And after they lose a certain amount of health, then their eye will fall out. But if you shoot them in the eye with a bomb arrow, their eye will fall out automatically. You can break Talus arms with bombs, which will then stun the Talus. When you shoot a Frox in their eye, they will be stunned. A bomb in the eye does no difference. But when they try to suck you, feed them a bomb and they'll get stunned. Bomb arrows also stun Moldugas. And they can swallow bombs too if you bait them to eat one. Suck the Rocks can also eat them and they'll explode. Bomb flowers will cause regular likes and shock lights to expose their tongues, because they don't like fire. Ice likes will get stunned because, well, fire. Rock likes will lose their armor, so you can hit them with a bomb arrow for their tongue. And fire likes will just get a small damage, no tongue. You can also feed likes some bombs. Flux constructs need their core attacked to break apart, or you can remove the core, or multiple blocks, or you can bomb them twice. And the last specific enemy thing that I can think of is that they're probably best offense against Gloom Hands. Bomb flowers are great for breaking rocks and ores. And they'll help mining those large Zonai ore clusters. They're great to use to catch air if you shield surf with a bomb flower fused shield. If an enemy attacks your bomb fused shield, you'll be protected, and they will not. And some enemies will fly away from bombs, so go push those bokoblins into water or off cliffs. Just make sure you don't use them in the Death Mountain depths. They will explode. But if you're using Sidon's ability, you can use bomb arrows. Now for finding them. I'll show you where you can buy them, and I'll show some locations to get them, but there is also one way to infinitely get bomb flowers. If you don't want to learn the natural ways to get them, you can skip to the infinite way. Check the links in the description for the timestamps. You can buy them from Tarrytown. There are 4 for 40 rupees each. Gerudo Town has 3, also for 40 rupees, but this is only available after beating the Gerudo phenomena. And a bargainer statue which sells each bomb for 16 pos. Now for the locations on where to find bomb flowers. They can be found in caves and all over the depths. However, there's a total of 6,769 bomb flowers on the map. I didn't look at every single location, but there are 9 locations that I found to be somewhat useful to go to. Also, keep in mind that materials have a 1% chance to respawn every minute. When searching for these bomb flowers, I do suggest turning them on in your sensor. First is the cave from the Lookout Landing emergency shelter. This entrance will be available after you complete one of the game's main dungeons. You can actually access this anytime, but you'd have to travel from the Hyrule Castle's caves. This actually isn't a super great place for specifically bomb flowers, But I mention it because you might hear this from somewhere else. If you follow the path starting from the lookout landing, you can get up to 21 bomb flowers. You'll just find some enemies along the way, but you can also collect some decent ore and other cave things. The Gerudo Great Skeleton has 10 bomb flowers, but this cave is relatively large and you have to climb a bit to get them all. The Byron Snow Shelf Cave also has 10 bomb flowers. There's 3 in the entrance and the rest are in the small nooks. Just watch out for the ice keys. Dea Lake Cave is actually a decent place. There's a shrine here so you can teleport quickly. There's 11 bomb flowers and the bomb flowers are mostly on the surrounding walls and a few on the little islands. The Hatino Wells, there are only 7, but if you follow the path, you'll get all 7 fairly easily and it shouldn't take too long. You be the judge. The Great Sky Island Cave is a great place. Just travel to the shrine east, drop down to the cave, and you'll collect about 8 bomb flowers if you follow the path. Just make sure to ascend here by the lake for the 2 bomb flowers up here. The depths have thousands of bomb flowers, and here are some places that I eyeballed. If you fall in the Burrito Lookout Chasm, you'll find a tree with 9 bomb flowers. Then travel just north of the water and you'll find 3 more. Then fall west, there's a tree with 6, and then 2 more south of this. Yes, there's lots of bomb flowers all over, but these 17 were easy to get to. The Hyrule Ridge Chasm by the Thunder Plateau is the next great place. After you fall in the chasm, grab these 3 by the tree on the root. Drop down for 1. You can grab 5 just south of this. Then go north for 9 more. Of course, you can roam around for more. There's a few here by the light roots south of Terrytown too. And if you don't mind fighting some enemies, targeting bomb flowers on your sensor and then roaming around central Hyrule depths is a decent idea. Of course, you can do this anywhere, but I mentioned Central Hyrule is because it's flat and you won't have to worry about climbing walls and things like that. Now for getting infinite bombs. You'll need a stake and a homing cart. And you'll need a Bokoblin Mask or Majora's Mask. You can get the Bokoblin Mask from Colton after you meet him and give him a bubble gem. You do this north of the Pico Pond by the Woodland Stable. And the Majora's Mask is in the depths at the Colosseum. If you haven't done this, I don't want to tell you what's here, you'll have to find out for yourself. There are 2 locations you can get infinite bombs, and they are here by the Gleeok Bridge, which is north of the Colosseum, south of Mount Daphnis, or north of the Outskirts Stable. The second location is east of the huge chasm in Akkala. You can't miss it. You'll find a battle talus and some bokoblins. Your first goal is to defeat the talus and all the bokoblins except one of the ones that are carrying bomb flowers in their basket. You also need to make sure that the bokoblin has at least 1 bomb flower in its basket, so it's best to save before trying anything. I would first defeat the battle talus using arrows, and you can use Dazzle Fruit to stun the bokoblins if you need to. After the talus is defeated, you can save. Then reload, the bokoblins will respawn. Since you have one of the masks on, they will leave you alone until you attack them. Now because I'm taking bomb flowers, which you can take the fire fruit if you wanted to, defeat all the bokoblins besides one that carries bomb flowers. You can use Dazzle Fruit to keep them stunned and then attack. After there's one left, use the Dazzle Fruit one more time to disarm it and then save your game. After you reload, the bokoblin will not have a bow, which is what you need. Now put the homing cart on the stake and put the stake in the ground. What we want is to turn on the homing cart and the bokoblin will throw bombs at it. So it's important not to put the cart too close to the bokoblin. Also, not too low or the bokoblin will run and try to punch the cart instead. Also, the bokoblin likes to play with some rocks, so I'd clear out those rocks if there are any close by. The bokoblin will now be on a loop throwing bombs at the homing cart. We want to take the bombs from the bokoblin's hands as it throws the bombs, not from the basket. You can only take 5 bombs from the basket, but you can take an infinite amount of bombs from the bokoblin's hands. Inch your way close to the bokoblin, crouching can help. And then you'll see a prompt to take the bombs. If the take prompt pops up when the bokoblin has a bomb in its hand, this is correct. If the prompt comes up when the bokoblin does not have the bomb in its hands, that's incorrect. You will take from the basket instead. You have to readjust the link. Once you're in position, all you need to do is keep pressing A, and then you'll collect as many bomb flowers as you want. If you have 0 bomb flowers, it should take a little over 30 minutes to get 999. If you have a turbo controller, that's even better. You could leave it alone and then you'll collect non-stop. If you're doing the turbo controller method, there's a few things to note. The homing cart will disappear after 30 minutes, so check on it when you need to. This of course uses Zonai energy, so you can use some Zonai chargers if necessary or turn off and on the cart. It is possible to rain and thunderstorm, so take off any metal weapons and hope nothing gets hit with lightning. If a blood moon happens, everyone will come back to play, so pay attention. You have lots of options and I hope you learned some cool things about bomb flowers. If you like those cool things, you can watch more cool tips and tricks in this video. Thanks so much for watching, subscribe or check out the channel for more Zelda content, and I'll see you next time!